Hi, I'm Miguel Castro and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to teach you how to make paper flowers out of the dyed grease-proof paper that I usually use. If you want to know more on how I dyed these papers, there is a link down below. And then after learning how to do all the paper flowers, we're going to put everything together to make one big flower wreath like this. For this project, we would be needing the following materials: dyed grease-proof paper, and if you don't have this, you can use crepe paper or tissue paper, the one specifically made for crafting. We would be needing glue as well, preferably PVC or wood glue because these are water-based. Newspaper, string, glue gun, and of course some glue sticks, and scissors. I have lots of newspapers lying around the workshop, and then because I need a wider base for the flowers to sit on, I thought the newspapers would do the trick. I connected 3 pieces of newspapers to have a longer paper to braid because we are aiming for a bigger circular wreath. I made 6 sets of 3 pieces of newspaper. When the glue that held them together has dried, I bundled each lengthwise. Then I bundled all of them together at one end. And divided the 6 strands of paper to 3 for the braiding. To braid, put the right paper across the middle paper. Then the left paper across the middle paper. In the beginning, it was hard to manage the braiding because the papers I used are long. So again, the right across the middle paper, left paper across the middle paper, Along the way, I started controlling the thickness of the braid. Once done, I adjusted the braid for a circular shape. I trimmed the excess paper, added some glue in between to strengthen the hold, and to secure the connection, I tied it together. In order for us not to see the newspaper bit as a base, I wrapped it up. Before I thought I could paint the base, but it would take time to dry, and I would need a couple of paint coatings to hide the texts, so I opted to wrap it up. Let's do the flowers. Flower number 1, something that would resemble a pink carnation. The standard grease-proof paper size I usually use is 22 inches long by 8 inches wide. So I divided the sheet lengthwise because the carnations are smaller. I divided the paper further crosswise. That would be 11 by 4 inches. I made another fold lengthwise, then 4 folds crosswise. On the open side of the fold, I cut a wave pattern at the edge. Then I unfolded the paper to put glue in the middle of the paper. Then with my fingers, rolled the middle part of the paper, bunching them up. Then bent the whole paper. Though there is a bunch in the middle, it was easier because the glue softened the paper, making it thinner and easier to manage. I do not throw away leftover paper because there will always be some use to them. Like using them as binder. Flower number 2, something that would resemble roses. I divided the sheet lengthwise. I made 2 sizes of roses, a smaller one and a full-sized one. To make a smaller rose, I divided the paper further crosswise. On the open side of the fold, I applied glue. But I did not press on the closed side of the paper because we wanted a plump rose, so we wanted that side rounded. On one end of the paper lengthwise, I made a triangular initial fold. Then with my fingers, I made bunches as I circularly rolled the paper to the other end. I repeated the same procedure to make a full rose, this time with a full lengthwise half of the sheet. Flower number 3, something that would resemble anemones. I folded the sheet crosswise twice. Then one fold lengthwise. Then another fold crosswise. This is the size of the petals I would like to cut. From this, I folded it again once lengthwise and once crosswise. On the closed corner of the fold, I cut a portion to create a hole. Then I cut petal shapes on top of the hole towards the open side of the fold. I got a piece of scrap paper, applied some glue around the center area, picked up some more scraps, and used it as fillers. I adjusted the shape of the bud, twisted the stem, sometimes there are portions that the scissor cannot cut. Tearing them apart by hand or by scissors won't make any difference. I applied glue on 2 petal cuttings. Positioned the bud at the hole and bunched the petals at the back of the bud, bunching them up around. Again, the glue softens the paper, so pressing on all of them together should be easy. And because I did not make specific colors for the flowers, some of them looked like poppies or Mona Lisas. Flower number 4. Something that would resemble colored jasmines. Using the petal cuttings I had, I applied glue on the 2 petal cuttings and bunched the petals starting at the middle. Bunched them up around. The flowers seemed too small or thin, so I added layers of the petals. I had another way of creating these flowers. Using half of the paper lengthwise, I folded it lengthwise as well, pressed down the closed side, folded it across many times, up to the size of the petal that I liked. Then I cut the petal shape, starting approximately half a centimeter from the base of the paper, which is the closed side. Opened the paper and applied glue at the middle. Folded them back. Applied glue at the closed side. And bunched the ends circularly until the other end. I adjusted the petals. I also made another version of this using the same method. Except in the middle, I started with a few pointed scraps. Then I positioned it in the middle and wrapped and bunched the petals around it. Flower number 5. Something that would resemble small cherry blossoms. I saw some dried twigs in the garden, so I thought it would be a good addition to the wreath. Remember the scrap paper from the middle part of the petals we cut earlier? I used that to make flowers. I made a small hole in the middle, applied glue, and I simply positioned the hole in the twig tips, then carefully bunched the paper around the tip. I managed to cut a few twigs while placing the flowers, so be careful. For the leaves, I chose 3 shades of greens. I had nothing very dark green, but that was okay because I wanted to stick with generally having a pastel colored wreath. No rules here. I just made shapes of leaves, some long, some fat. Okay, so we're going to decorate our flower wreath, and we're going to do it as we go along. I have no idea yet how we're going to combine all the flowers and the leaves and the branches together, and so we're going to discover it as we go along. So let's start. I have my glue gun here. I chose to use a glue gun rather than the usual glue that I use, because with a glue gun we would be able to position all the flowers and the leaves immediately, and we don't have to wait for the glue to dry up. So let's start. So I thought I would start first with this flower, and let's see how it goes. So I would put a little bit of that here. Have it face a little up. And then maybe we should put a little bit of some leaves. Somewhere here. Here, yep, and then maybe we could put a rose somewhere, yep. Yep. So I put it all the way here so that there will be more hold on the flower. Yeah. Yeah, secured. So far it's secured. Let's put a little bit of the green leaves. And then, so far so good. Let's, now this looks very, so let's put something else. Maybe we can put this, yeah. The longer leaves. Don't be afraid to squeeze it down a little bit, because you can always adjust the flowers anyway. Looking good. I think we need to put a little bit more of leaves over here. Yeah. And then maybe we could add some more of oh, I did this one. It is actually a flower like this, and because I want to experiment on it, I dipped it in water like that, and then when it was all wet, I just bunched it up at the top and then closed it at the top, and I let it dry overnight, and when it's dried, it's very stiff and it doesn't come off, so it worked. So let's put the bud somewhere. Yeah. Now let's put some more. That's it. Yeah. It's good. And then we can put another, maybe lavender rose here. I think, I don't know, maybe a yellow one. Yeah. And we should add up a little bit more leaves. So be sure to straighten up the leaves so that the tips can be seen. Otherwise it will be a waste of paper if they're just at the bottom of the flowers. And then maybe we can add up maybe some of these. Yeah, I think it would look good. Yeah, I think we should add up a little bit of leaves at the bottom. There you go. So far so good. So after a while of deciding what kind of flowers that would sit together, or number of leaves that should go in between, how many twigs to put in between, I think we did a very good job. So just remember that we tried to make everything balanced, color-wise, the amount of leaves around it, and at the back it looks very clean as well, and nothing should really fall out. I think everything is secured, and yeah, I think we did a very good job. Thank you very much for watching another video of Let's Get Creative. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. See you next time.